Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is for you. I'm Cyclone. It's time for more Let's Play Simrail, the Railway Simulator. Well, we're going to check out the new station. So, Sosnowiec Południowy, it is now available for play. That's really all I can say at this point. I'm giving you a nice intro shot in the evening. We actually, if I turn over to the side here, we have a nice moon in the sky over there. So that's a kind of a neat thing they did. They put the moon in the sky over there, and there's the rest of Sosnowiec Południowy. Our station, if we walk in this direction, or at least run in this direction, here's this platform, and we're going to just keep running along the tracks in the darkness, which I can't really see anything right now. Eventually, we're going to come to the station building. So I'm going to go ahead and just warp over there for right now because I've already got a message from Dandovka that I'm going to need to tell you about. So actually, yeah, I think I'm too far away for a run right now. So I'm just going to warp into the building and going to show you what's going on. So I'll see you there in just a moment. So here we are in Sosnowiec Południowy station building. You can see that we have a really large pulley system here. This is our entrance door right here. We have a really large pulley system here, which operates all the tracks and signal crossings, everything else in this station. You can see that there's a lot of empty boxes because this is a small station. We don't really have a lot going on here. There's only one problem. None of this operates. I mean, like it's the Zori system apparently. That's really all I know about that. And it doesn't operate right now. So you might be asking how we control this station. Well, we have a temporary computer over here. This is how we're going to control the station for right now. This is a map of the station just like any other area, and this is what we have to work with in the station right now. So we're going to be going ahead and controlling the station with that map. Now, I have two messages from Dandovka. I ignored the first one because when the first one comes, the train's still a mile away from the station, so I don't answer it right away necessarily, but 24947 is coming, so I'm going to go ahead and give it the permission to send 24947, just like that. It will now repeat back to you again, like it did in the playtest, saying, hey, you've told me that I can send this train. Well, there it is. I didn't think it was going to for a second, but it does that. And at some point in about a minute and a half, that arrow is going to light up. So we're going to keep, well, you know what? The second time it does light up. So there you go. If you respond right away, you get to go 2 minutes with nothing happening. You wonder what's going on. Shouldn't be lighting up track one. So now the arrow is set. This is a single track, as you can see. There's no other track in or out. There's only the one track, just like the single track line 660 from Sosnowiec Południowy that we have to use for trains, with a railroad crossing to boot right there. We also have line 62 up here, which has its own junction. If we want to, we can set this one as well and do things with that. There's also a crossing up here that we can lower just like that. A little function I want to show you with the railroad crossings right now. Look at this. If we set the crossing to go down, you're going to notice that there are now lights on the end of the railway crossing. That's a neat little change that was added with the last patch. So we now have lights blinking. It's another way to say, hey, this crossing's down. Don't forget to put me back up. So we're going to go ahead and put it back up. And some of them are very loud. If we turn this one on, for example, you're going to hear very loud outside my building, the line 62 one. So the line 62 one, I'll go outside in the daylight and I'll show you, but not right now. It's very, very loud. So the train is now on the single track. If we were to somehow, for some reason, try to send a train here with a subsignal now, there would be a head-on collision. We're not going to do that. That's a stupid idea. And the train's actually in there now. So it shows up, even though it's still a long way away. Let's go to the information for a second. You can see the train is still 1.91 kilometers away. But it shows up in here to say, hey, there's something on this track. Don't send anything here. So if we try to send something there, well, there's lots of room for the train to get on there, but that's going to quickly dwindle. That will quickly dwindle. So now we need to check what's going to happen with 24947. I already know because I figured out how to work with the timetable here. This is the timetable. There are 6 trains per hour. Here's the first train, for example, 2:15. And here's the last one, first one of the next hour at 3:15. So we have this, and this in this hour. I like to start the cycle at the 40 instead because you can notice that the last train from Dandovka and the first train from Południowy come around the same time. So we can expect to receive those trains at the same time. So that's a nice little quirk there. I'm going to have to call Sosnowiec Południowy and request access to the junctions. So that's one thing I'm going to be doing right now. I'm going to go ahead and use the phone for this right now because I think there is a player there right now, but I haven't said to him that he can go ahead and do the I haven't confirmed with him that I can do video with him yet. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the is the path clear for this train. This is a computer message you would do with the AI at SG anyway. So if you have an AI there, you're going to do this exact same thing. So I'm going to request 24947. Let's go ahead and put a request in for SG right now. You notice I was having a chat with the human player that's there. So that is there. So I'm just asking for the permission right now. He may give me a phone call. If he does, we'll talk to him. If he doesn't, oh wow. We'll hopefully get notification. So I'm just keeping an eye on the train path right now. And coming up to signal A, he's actually very close. So I'm going to path him into his station right now, which is right here, platform number 2. How do I know it's platform number 2? Only 2 trains per hour stop at platform 2. They both have a 9 in the number. 24947, 42904. If we keep going down, we have 24901, 24906, so on and so forth. So the ones that have a 1, 24151, 103, 154, 106, they do not stop. So the 9 trains stop. It's always at platform 2. You have 2 passenger stops at this platform per hour. The rest can go wherever you want to put them, except for line 6. Someone sub-signaled a train into line 6, and needless to say, that opened the track. That track is normally closed, but someone had a little fun and used a sub-signal to send a train through there, or had problems here and sent a train there, cleared congestion. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, they sent a train there when they shouldn't have. The line is normally closed. You can see there is a double line there, so don't expect that to be open, and you're going to have to literally cheat around it to get it open if you need the track. But there actually is a buffer there. Don't send trains through a buffer. It is not realistic. Please, don't do that. You're going to give someone a heart attack if they're a player. But I might do it in this session just for fun if I see a player. In any case, 24947 is making a stop. I have received a message from Sosnowiec Południowy saying, I have one more train, but I can accept it. I will just say I'm requesting junction. So once he affirms the junction, I can go ahead and send the train. Now, one thing I should note, I'm going to clear Dandovka meet, wow, so you can send the next train. One thing I should note is that SG is capable of accepting the train. So Sosnowiec Południowy can accept the train. But it's worth noting that after accepting the train, he has control over whether it gets out onto the track or not. The only complication he would have is if there's a train coming for us. The timetable is set up so that we only have one case of that. We can hold that last train if his train is early or if our train is late. So we can hold our train if needed and let the other train through. That is fine. We can do that. The only complication is in that one spot every hour where trains go both ways. But notice that you can have 3 trains coming in, 3 trains going out. And if you have a player who says, I'm not going to accept it, by the way, you're accepting my train, you have no choice but to really clog up the station. You really have no choice at that point. And this is one of those stations where you have to coordinate with not only with Sosnowiec Południowy, but also once we have a human there with Dandovka. Because Dandovka is going to be aware that we only have 3 tracks. They only have 3 tracks for station stops. Now, two of them are not used typically for our traffic, but they do have 3 tracks. 2 of them connect to, I think, line 171. So that is a possibility as well. They can use that track. In any case, I'm going to go ahead. The junction has been accepted, you might have noticed. So I'm going to lower the railroad crossing. And I'm going to go ahead and clear that. I'm just going to send him a message and say, when ready, clear onto line 1. So there we go. That is taken care of. And now we're going to be able to watch that train leave. And this is when the path is not set yet. Is it going to set? No, it's not going to set. Thank you. I think the crossing had not gone down completely yet. So I will set it now. You're going to see the junctions here eventually work. I'm hearing click, 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 click. Has this train stopped yet? I have no idea what's going click, click, click. It must be the... I think I'm hearing the freight train over on the main line. Notice 644010 is at signal R2 at Sosnowiec Południowy. Just to give you an idea where that is, if you look over here, it's literally in that direction. That's where it is. The SG station building is right over there. So we are literally within a 1-minute run. Notice I said run. Of Sosnowiec Południowy. There's the train, by the way, the headlights in the window. So we're going to see them going through the window here as well, over the switches. Hello. And we have another message from Sosnowiec Dandovka saying they want to send train 24151. This is totally expected. Because I expect no traffic for a while, I'm going to go ahead and accept train number 24151. So that will be the next thing we do right now. Meanwhile, we can still hear the freight train going click, click, click over on the other line. Now at SGH5. That's what I would do with it as well. I would throw it across line 1, stick it in the siding at H5, because that train is early. That train is not scheduled to leave until 1:05. It should be out of our range then, and we won't hear it at that point. But, yeah, it would be out of our range. And we shouldn't, like I said, we shouldn't hear it, and it'll be on its way at 1:05. Or if a player comes along and asks, maybe sooner. That's SG's call, not ours. We have no control over that. So I will remember today that I'm not at SG. They have way more trains to deal with there, and I will take the little bit of a mini vacation there, managing this triple track that I have. Or today, a quadruple track, because, again, you can actually open the track, but normally there's a red line there, so you can't path a train there. We're going to keep it closed, because I don't want to send a train that way. So there we go. So our evening shift at Sosnowiec Południowy continues. Now, something I didn't point out is the light switch is actually off in here. I believe this is a bug. Is the lights on or off? Let's go find the light switch and try to flick them on very... Oh, they are on. Okay, never mind. They're on. What do I know? So what we have right now on the map are 2 trains that are going to be coming in. You can see that they're both showing up on the screen right now. So here is 42904. That is a passenger train. It needs platform 2. So it's making a passenger stop here. Here is 24103, which is not making a passenger stop here, therefore has line 4 active. I've gone ahead and accepted from the AI at Dandovka the train coming in, and I've cleared with the human player after just sending a train through that he had to send his train. Now, this is a very important time of the hour because he only has 2 trains at the start of the hour from Katowice Zawodzkie, and then he has an express. The 2 trains come this way. So we have to make sure those 2 trains get cleared in no matter what is going on here. If we have to tell Dandovka to hold train, we tell Dandovka we can't accept the train right now. And that's the end of that story. So I don't know how they handle our train yet because I haven't had that experiment yet, but I assume they move it to line 171 or something like that. I mean, what else are they going to do? It's a single track. So that's something Dandovka would have to figure out. I do know the layout of Dandovka has track number 5 as the line 62 track. 1 and 2 are the line 171 tracks. Line 3 is not in use. So literally that's how the tracks are set up there. We'll see that if we ever go to that station is in a video. But for right now, I've gone ahead and cleared this track. I'm going to go ahead and hold that for a moment. I already told the player I was going to give him a call back, so he's expecting a call back when this train arrives. We're going to keep an eye on the very, very busy timetable here. What is going on here? 41102 is not my train, so I can ignore that. That's a player, and that's why I was looking at that. I can ignore that train. So that's coming in at Sosnowiec Południowy right now behind me. So we are going to ignore all these SG trains because N1 is not us. R2, which the player is now at, is not us. SDNZ is not us. That's not even my train. A, B are mine. They're the trains that are coming in right now at the signals. So those are my trains. And these are Bijin trains E4 and K2. So the 644010 has left for Bijin by this point, the one I mentioned earlier. Wasn't held completely. It got out early. And Bijin K2 is holding 242203, a light local that's going to be going to get through again behind me. I'm going to go ahead and get these 2 trains set through. And I might suggest to the player train off video to do a little video experiment on the light local. Actually, no, I can't. It's too dark. I'm not going to get a good look at it in the dark. So never mind. I'm not going to do that right now. So the last train that was on the list, I believe, was something else I didn't need either. And I think it's disappeared from the list because it's that far away. So down to 7 trains now. So B and L are now the signals the trains are coming into. This train has come through. I'm going to go ahead and send this to Dandovka because Dandovka has nothing for me right now. I'm not even going to ask. I'm just going to set the arrow because the AI is always watching the map. Always. There's no distraction. The AI is always aware. And the arrow is set, and on the way this train will go when it's finished at stop. That solves that problem. I'm going to go ahead and call the other player right now. Let's go ahead and get this track set. So I'm going to do that by going over to here. You can hear the, by the way, you can hear the crossing over there on the other side of Sosnowiec Południowy as the train crosses. So let's go ahead and make the call to Sosnowiec Południowy right now.
Hello, you got that train?
24103 has arrived. I'm just going to go ahead and request the junction if that's okay.
That's fine.
Perfect. I will request that junction right now. The crossing is already down. I've got the train ready to path as soon as the crossing clears. There you go. And that train will clear. As soon as it's across, go ahead and okay it. And then when you have your train, give me a call back, and I will get ready to accept it.
All right. Thank you.
Perfect.
I'll call you back when I have the train.
Perfect. And that kind of communication is basically what you need to do here. Just quick, short phone calls to say, hey, there's a train here. Hey, do you have a train coming? Things like that. Or if you forget to set a junction, you might get a call saying, hey, did you forget to set the junction? I've had that. One day I've already had that. So yeah, that can happen. And Dandovka is now receiving 42904. I can hear a very loud train in the other. Oh, that's the one in my window. So we're going to see him going by in the window now. By the way, we can walk through these switches. So we can literally walk up to the window, watch the train go by. The nice moon behind some... Are those tree branches? Are those tree branches? Oh my goodness, that is neat, actually. I like that. So let's hide this for a second. Oh, too late. Okay, bring it back. And I'm going to go ahead and kill the what drove away because I don't care about that. And we're going to have 24151 now clear. Oh. You can get stuck back here, guys. I did not know this. You can actually get stuck back here. And that is very interesting. I think there's a collision problem with this. I don't think we're supposed to get back here. I mean, I'm sure for logistical reasons, actually we can get back here. Look at this. Oh no, yeah, we're not supposed to get back there. I'm going to suggest that as a collision problem because I don't think you're supposed to walk into that. Because you're literally walking in the, we're literally sinking into the cement right now. So you're not supposed to walk behind that, I think. But it lets you. It does let you. So the train has cleared to Sosnowiec Południowy. I'm going to go ahead and unset the crossing because the train is fully across. And if I were to look out the window in that direction somewhere, we're going to see the crossing does indeed come up. Like, since I can walk in the cement, that crossing is over there somewhere. I believe that's the crossing over there and roughly in that direction. In fact, I'll show you again right now. I'll go ahead and I'll put the crossing down to show you the crossing operating. You can see that very well in the dark, I think. So let's put the crossing down again for a second. And as I do that, and as I look across, no, I don't see it. I don't see it very well at all. I thought I would. Okay, this might be a bad example, so I'm going to go ahead and unset that when I'm looking through. Holy cow, where am I? There I am. Okay, I lost my sense of surroundings for a second. Phone call. Hello.
Hello, I have 40654 ready for you.
40654 does not come my way. 40654 does not come my way.
Oh, hold on. Hang on. What is the next train?
I'll give you a tip. Everything.
Are you sure?
Everything. Hold on. I can tell you.
Oh, no, that's a regional.
I'll tell you how you remember this. Everything 4-2 comes in my direction. Anything else does not.
Okay. The one I'm thinking of is just left Katowice, so it'll be a few minutes.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Yeah. You can even do that without looking at the timetable. Anything that starts with 4-2 automatically comes this way.
Got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect. No problem. So we just got off the phone. We're going to go ahead and bring the crossing back up. And that is now up. So what I want to do is I wanted to show you the crossing activated. This is a better crossing to look at. So let's actually set this one for a moment. You can hear it again very, very loudly. I demonstrated this earlier. Can I see it from the window? This one I might see from the window. If I zoom in, it should be right over in that direction. I can't tell at this point. I honestly cannot tell where it is. There's a signal there. That's not what I'm looking for. Tell you what, we're gonna go outside, guys. As much. By the way, this door doesn't work. That's the magazine door. We can't use that door. So this door works, and outside we go. We're now outside. We're gonna hop off the building. We're gonna head over to this track over here, and we're gonna be a train. Choo. Choo! Hide this. Why not? Choo! Crossings are down. You can see the crossings work. Crossings are down right there. We can walk through them and we can do whatever we want with them. Well, we can not really, but there's the crossings all working right there. You can see the crossing right there working. Let's go home and turn this annoying thing off. And by doing that, we now have a path set, by the way, for the next train. So that train is now coming. So I've cleared the crossing from that annoying clanging noise. Barriers go up, lights go off, and it functions properly. I will turn this crossing on, however. And the train that I am now expecting is train number 42154, I guess it is. Let me just bring up my thing again. You can see it right there in the pane. I don't even need the timetable. It's right there. 42154 is the one coming in. 100 kilometers per hour, still 1.73 kilometers, so now about 1.5 kilometers from signal Y at Sosnowiec Południowy. I'm going to go ahead and set the crossing. Technically, it's a little early, but I'm going to go ahead and set the crossing down. Then we're going to go outside and we're going to watch the train come in. Why did Glufny set a substitute signal? I'm going to find out because I think maybe he might have bugged up his map. I'm going to include a little bit of the phone call earlier on my little tip about the trains that come in this direction. 4-0 trains do not come here. 4-1 trains do not come here. 4-2 trains all come here. So the important thing is for this that I think he is going to have a red arrow, and I'm trying to find out what's going on with the signal, why he set a sub signal. He canceled the signal because he thought I hadn't set the crossing, but I did, and it's not going to reset unless I cancel the whole route. I don't want to do that. Okay. I will let him know. I will claim junction after and see if it works. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure the path is set for the train right now. Now this is a 421, so I'm just going to set it through sign number 4. That's all I need to worry about. I need to request Dandovka, which I'm going to do by just requesting the arrow because I'm a jerk. Sometimes. Only on days that end in Y, and not 100% of the time. There you go. So that train should be making its way out. We hear the little clang, clang, clang as the crossing comes down. We're going to head outside. We get a view of line 62 right away. We're going to head towards line 660. I'm going to walk outside in front of the building here. Look at all my lovely switches. And I can't see where the damn track is, so I'm just going to go ahead and stand here in the shadow of my window. And I'm going to watch this train just drive right on by. So where is this train right now? We're going to watch this train. Should be coming in somewhere, and I'm watching for the light through the moon here. There's not a lot of visibility of this train. Let's keep in mind the train is still a little ways away. It's still not even at signal. Oh, it is past signal Y. It is going to signal T right now. That means it is definitively on line 660 because signal T is where signal S is located roughly. So might be a little bit of distance between them, but they're in that. They're the ones that control entry and exit onto 660 respectively, depending which way you're going. And where's the train? I hear it. Ah. You can actually see the lights through the train. You see that building over there? You can actually see those building lights through the train. That's the kind of level of detail they've gone to with this. And I really like the fact they've gone to that kind of detail. Can I hop up here? Oh, you can actually hop up that staircase. Wow, okay. We're going to head back inside. I learned something there. So we've now skipped ahead. It's about 3:51 in the morning. It's starting to get nice and little bit of daylight outside now. You can see some daylight kind of creeping up. There's a moon there, still shining on the clouds, but some nice daylight coming in around. It's going to be very much brighter by 4:30, which is very unnatural. Anyway, I've kind of created an interesting situation for myself here. I told Dandovka a while ago, if I can bring up the message box. Here is Dandovka, I think. Can I bring up Dandovka, please? Nope, that's the wrong one. Dandovka. Dandovka. I'm just going to put... No, you're not going to... I can't bring up the Dandovka box. Well, that's good to know. I accepted a request from Dandovka for a train a long time ago. And I'm just going to say yes, because this is not a problem. So I'm going to accept... Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Maybe I can't. Yes, I can use track number 1, so I'm going to do that. I'm just thinking to myself out loud while I'm doing this, because I literally created a little bit of a backup for myself. The good news is this will be exciting for you on video, guys. I didn't accept the arrow here for a long time, so this train was sitting at a red signal for about 10 minutes. As a result, 2 more trains came along behind it, also getting signals, which prompted me to look at my map. And yeah, I screwed myself up here. So this is my fault. I'm to blame. We're going to go ahead and move this train to track number 2. That's coming in from Sosnowiec Południowy. Or it's from Sosnowiec Południowy, sorry. I'm Południowy. So we're going to put that one on track number 2 because it has to make a stop. It's a 429. Here comes the 249, which is going to stop on track number 1. It's going to be cleared eventually back onto track number 660 once this train goes by. So it's going to be on its way out. And then once I clear track number 1, I can bring in the 2 express trains, send them through line 4, which will then let me clear this passenger train, unless I can get the passenger train out sooner. I'll figure that out as we go, but you're going to see a little bit of a busy station here, which is not something I'm used to. So we're going to have a busy situation here. So 24901 is coming in right now. I'm going to go ahead and hail him on the radio. Train number 24901, I have cleared you for platform number 1 at Sosnowiec Południowy. You'll be stopping on track number 1 today. Let your passengers know they'll be getting out on the left side of the train. Due to an incident here, we have 2 passenger trains coming at the same time, so I need the other platform for the other train.
Copy that, thank you.
So I'm going to go ahead and okay the Sosnowiec Dandovka thing right now. Say that I've received that train. So things like this can happen in real life. Just a computer glitch or something like that is enough to cause something like this. You can have a half-hour backup from a computer glitch. Seriously, even longer, possibly. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, look at the story for Southwest Airlines in December. A computer problem caused everything to shut down on the airline, and they weren't having flights even though everyone was even though the planes were available, even though the pilots were there, they weren't getting any flights out. So now I'm being asked if I can send 24153. I'm going to instead try to ask if I have room to send the train that is coming from the other direction. The train coming from the other direction, as you might remember on the radar, is 42906. I'm going to try to say that I have more important traffic coming. So, unable to accept train due to higher priority trains. So, 42906. Let's see what it says. So if I say, is the path clear for 42906, and I send that, notice that we're going to get into a pissing match here. Because now he's going to tell me that he has a higher priority train to run because the number of his train is lower. By the way, headlights in the window. You can see headlights of the train going by. That's very bright. So now we're going to get into a bit of a match of fighting each other about access to the track. Now, I could probably send the train, and it probably would be okay. But the problem is we don't have a human player down there right now to sort it out. The true fact, though, is looking at the map, line 62 is completely clear. So because I'm a player and the AI is incapable of thought, I'm literally going to set the arrow and bully the train through. Because line 62 is clear, there's no way this train can't go through. So we're sending it through anyway because I'm going to show you that you can actually get away with this once in a while. Meanwhile, since the train is now on platform 2, I'm going to be able to send 24901 on track number 1, which means I'm going to need to notify him and Sosnowiec Południowy that the train is coming. So I need to make a phone call. Let's do that.
Hello?
24901 is stopped on track number 1 at platform 1 here. I need access to the track. Is it clear?
Sorry, looking at the timetable, it is clear.
Perfect. I will send it through right now.
Fantastic. Thanks.
Perfect. And the dispatcher doesn't need to know you're an idiot, even if you've already told him you're an idiot. We won't talk about that. So, you don't know the story behind this, and I'm going to keep that to myself for the blooper reel. Anyway, 24901, I'll let him know he can depart. Train number 24901, you are clear to depart for line 660 to track 1 to Katowice-Zawodzki. Sosnowiec Południowy will pick you up. Make sure to change to radio channel 2.
Roger that. Radio channel 2. Thank you.
For advisement, the radio change point is about 1.5 poles past my building.
Yeah, we got that.
And good day. And there goes one of the rare player trains I've seen this evening. We can see it from the window now. There's enough daylight to see the train now. I can now wait for Dandovka to send its next train after my train goes. That's a long passenger stop. Is this train delayed? Or is this early, I mean? Is this train early? It is supposed to leave now. So it will leave now. Yeah, it's moving. 40 kilometers per hour. It just doesn't look like it on the screen yet. So while we have a moment to let Dandovka figure out why I'm sending this train, let's go for a quick walk here now that there is some daylight. It's actually not enough daylight. I don't think I can actually get a good walk here yet. But you can see it is daylight out at 4 o'clock in the morning in Poland. I'm pretty sure that is not true. But you can see a little bit now around here. And if I were to run towards Sosnowiec Południowy, you'd probably see some tracks a little more clearly here too, where there's absolutely no light. So you can see a little bit out here now. It's going to get brighter. We'll look around later. So back in the building. And I'm going to lift this crossing for now because there's nothing here right now. I'm going to go ahead and OK this. Actually, no, he has to OK it. I can't. He has to OK it. So does Dandovka. So once they OK everything, we are good to go. So I'm just going to keep an eye on the map while I'm hoping I didn't screw something up here, because that can happen once in a while. I do see a freight train and another passenger train. The passenger train is going to be waiting for access to our path. It looks like this train also does not stop at Dandovka, the one that I'm waiting for, because it looks like it's on a side track. So that train apparently does not stop at Dandovka at all. It's in a siding on the other side of line 171 as I'm speaking. It's going to eventually have access to the track through a whole bunch of crossovers, but it's going to be waiting for my train to come through first, which is basically, you know, the AI likes to bully trains through. You know what? I can bully trains through too. I'm an AI now. Haha! So my map is going to be clear in a moment after this. We're going to see the arrow reset. Let's, now that we have a little more daylight, not that that really means anything, I'm just going to take a quick peek around the office because I haven't really shown you the office yet here. We have potted plants that go into the ceiling, ladies and gentlemen. That is a wonderful thing to see there. They're touching the ceiling. That seems unnatural. There is an aptexka thing here. I guarantee I'm saying that wrong. There is some office things here. File holder, I guess. Maybe that's the mail thing. I don't know. There's some binders down here, which say nothing. There's a calculator, which does not work. Let me add! Or multiply, or anything. We have some buildings here that look like there's some kind of important things because they have dials and data on them, which I have no idea what any of this means. But TSA, which is not what you think it is, TK, and TWN, which is also not what you think it is if you live in Canada like I do and we get that channel. And here's all the switches over here. You can see again that nothing is named. The only thing we can really see, if I zoom out, if I step back and then I zoom in for a better view, you can see it says Zori, and I'm going to come a little closer. Pardon the shaking here. Fabrica... I can't read that well. Not very... not going to try. But they all say the same thing. And we just demonstrated earlier you can walk through the concrete, which is fantastic. So let's see what Dandovka wants to do right now. Is it going to offer me a train yet? No, it isn't. It's going to hide Glufni. What, drove away? Nope. I'll wait for it to pop up. So we're going to skip ahead again in just a moment. And I didn't skip ahead very far because we just got offered as I closed the recording and started doing something else. All of a sudden the train was offered. So 24153 can now come through. That means that the track is clear, as you can see. Let's go ahead and set the route to allow for 24153 to come in. We're going to get that immediately because the train's been sitting waiting for about 10 minutes due to our little failure here. You know, I said it was going to come immediately, but it's not coming immediately. It should be coming immediately. Where is it? The 42906 train has gone past the junction, so this train should be coming. I am very baffled as to why it has not been offered yet. We will hopefully find out in a moment. Well, I'll skip ahead when we see the arrow light up, I guess. That's the best I can do here. Okay, so I've come back, and I think I have a theory as to what's going on here now. Train number 444028 is not on my radar yet, but looking at the map, it is leaving the freight yard right now. And I think that train is going to be signaled all the way into Dandovka before the poor train that is now delayed for another goodness knows how long is going to be allowed to leave. So I am literally waiting for this train to get permission to leave. This time it is not me waiting to do anything here. My train is clear. There it is. The theory is proven incorrect because now I'm finally getting the arrow. That took a while to set. Anyway, the train that is coming now, 24153, should now get its green signal. Should now get its green signal. You did clear 24153, correct? There is the yellow for the junction. So it is going to be clear onto our track now. It is finally on the way. And we will welcome nobody here because it doesn't stop here. That solves that problem in a hurry. I'll see you when the train comes through. So I now have a train waiting in the station here. I'm going to go ahead and set it to line number 4. I'm going to make a phone call. So let's make a phone call to Sosnowiec Glufni.
Hello. I have train 42156.
I was just about to ask. I have train 24153 pulling in here now. 42156 is at your signal. I guess I'll give it permission first.
All right. Thank you.
Perfect. So sometimes you have to do that. You might have a train coming in to Sosnowiec Południowy, but they have a train coming from Sosnowiec Glufni at the same time. And you have to basically have some wiggle room to say, okay, which one is going to go first? The important thing that I look at is there are more trains on track 2 on line 1 that we do not deal with. So as you notice, when I went to the map and I noticed that he had a train sitting at signal Y, now coming to signal T, which is my signal up here. That's signal T. So when I saw a train coming to signal T, or signal Y, or sitting at signal Y rather, I thought, you know what? I can't keep line 2 blocked, or track 2 blocked. I have to bring that train off so he can move his traffic. I only have one train that needs to come through. It can wait. So for me, any train coming up 660 is automatically important compared to anything in my platform. Why Sosnowiec Południowy says that its traffic is more important, I have no bloody idea. It can manage the traffic if it knows how. It's just not coded to do so properly. That's the reason. That's the issue. So even though this is a non-passenger train, I'm going to have to put it through the platform anyway. I could theoretically have some fun and stick it through siding number 6, but I'm not going to open that up because it should be closed. And there's a barrier there. Actually, you know what? Just for fun, I'm going to open it up. Just for fun. I want to see if we can actually do this. And I also want to see if Dandovka will let me get this train out of here, because I don't think I'm going to be able to give it much of a choice right now. It's going to... Oh, you little piece of dung. Is that the last train? That's the last train, I hope. Oh, I am such a patsy. I am such a patsy if I'm accepting that train. I'm going to have to tell Gloofy I cannot accept any more trains right now. I literally cannot. The problem is that's an express train. I cannot do that. I literally cannot do that. I can't do it. I have to send the train to Dandovka. I have no choice. I have no choice. The train has to come through, and it's going to accept it. I have no option right now. I need to clear the platforms. This is why we need a human at Dandovka. We can still block things up badly with problems going on at Sosnowiec, between Sosnowiec, Lufni, and Południowy. If there's some kind of issue with trains being late, and we have a whole bunch of trains here at once, having no human at Dandovka basically means we're going to have a situation where we are forced to do what the AI wants, because the AI will bully itself through. It doesn't have the ability for critical thinking, which is a complaint I regularly make. So needless to say, the fact that this situation has happened might be a good bit of material for the developers to look at, to say, hey, if there's a problem, Dandovka needs to learn to listen to us. If we have a train that needs to clear the line, we need to clear it. Because if I sat here with 2 trains in the station, well, it might have been 1 train by that point, but if I sat here with 2 trains in the station and I accepted that train, then what would be happening is I would have no tracks for the trains that need to come from Sosnowiec Lufni, and Sosnowiec Lufni has to send me 2 trains. So even with 1 train in the platform and the one that would be coming from Dandovka, I'd have to then put 2 trains in here at Południowy, which is normally impossible. So this is one of those cases where I have to force the train through and say, you know what? I understand your train is late, but I have an express train on the other line that is not late, and it's more important. So you're going to have to accept the fact that that's more important. And humans understand that. AI don't. All we're going to say about that. So this train is going to make its way out. We're going to head for a while. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and make a phone call regarding 24153 right now, because that is good to go. So quick phone call for that one so I can get that platform clear and therefore not have a traffic jam when the other trains start piling in. So let's get this out. Phone call.
Hello, you got the next train?
I just have the line clear right now to get 24153 on the line to you. I was going to ask for permission to send that. And I do have to get that out or I'm not going to have room for all the trains that need to come in right now. So we need to get that one through.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, I'll request the junction, and it'll be on the way. And pathing it now.
Route is set.
Yep, pathing it right now. And there it is. Perfect. I'll let you know when the other train comes in, and let me know when your trains come, because I know they're going to be blocking Express if I don't take them. So let me know when they arrive.
All right, thank you.
Perfect. While we've been doing this, there's been more daylight outside, so a very unnatural daylight. I'm going to go for a walk right now, just outside. We're not going to go to anywhere special. We're just going to walk over to Sosnowiec Południowy, which we saw in the dark about maybe an hour and a half ago or so. I don't remember what time I started, but it was 2-something. Let's go for a run. Here's a train coming by right now, by the way. No humans, so I won't get a honk. And I'm being warned now about train 42156 by Sosnowiec Lufni, which does not surprise me in any way. We are going to go ahead, of course, and bring that in, which means I have to head back to the building. But we got a nice look at this train, and I'm going to try to walk into it just because why not? Nope, can't walk into it. That works. That works nicely. You cannot walk into the train. So the train will block you from going across. I can now confirm that that works properly. Excellent. Back to the building. I've also given myself some kind of skin burn from doing that, which is not advisable. Skin burn is not advisable. So let's go ahead and say copy on this. And 42156 will be the next train approaching. So we know that for a fact. He was actually telling me that train 42156 is approaching, even though it's not his... Oh no, that's the train I sent. That's the train I sent. I think he's confused. No. Let's just clarify, I sent that one east. And that's all we need to say about that. That will take care of that problem. I thought he was telling me about his train for a second. So the line is currently clearish. He's going to go ahead and reset his junction in a moment when he needs it. And I'm going to go ahead and lift the railway crossing for right now because proper. It's been down for like 15 minutes, so there's going to be some annoyed... Wait, there's no cars there. Never mind, we're good. And that line just cleared. So I'm going to get a request from Dandovka in a moment as well. As soon as I get the request from Dandovka, that's going to go down, and we're going to send that train at some point. So, yeah. This can happen after a computer glitch, ladies and gentlemen. Try not to have a computer glitch, but you will anyway. Anyway, I will see you when we move further ahead once again. Actually, never mind. We take that back. There is a train coming in right now, 24105. So let's go ahead and say the path is clear. I'm going to say that everything is hunky-dory. And now we got an immediate one. That one was immediate. So that's on the way. And in a couple minutes, I'm going to have to give Sosnowiec Południowy a call. He's repeating what I told him now that I've set the path. 42108 coming from Sosnowiec Południowy. I'm going to say that we copy that. And everything is going to be hunky-dory for that one. So I'm going to tell him he can request junction. So I'm going to bring that one into Signal T because it is currently sitting at Signal Y. And if I let the second train come in behind it, we could have a potential pileup. That would not be good. By pileup, I mean an express train plowing into the backs of both of them because it's more important. So 42108 is going to come, and if we look at the timetable, 42108 is actually the last train from Sosnowiec Południowy right now, from R52 box. So we're going to be bringing that one through, and that is the last one for a while. And after that, we can go for a walk down the track and, you know, maybe pay him a visit or something. Because what are we going to do until 4:39 at that point? So I'm going to go ahead and set both paths through as soon as I have access to both trains. Now, neither of these trains makes a stop at the platform. Those trains have already gone through. The first one from each set is the one that makes a stop. So that's already gone through. And I'm going to go ahead and just set both of these trains to do what they need to do. I'm going to have to wait for one to enter to fully set them. But I am going to go ahead and get them both through in a second. So how far away is the first train? The first train is located coming up to Signal A right now. And if you're confused, Signal A is over here highlighted in yellow. That's Signal A. So it's coming up to Signal A right now, 1.05 kilometers away. We're going to path it in next. There it is. I'm going to put the one coming in at Signal T onto track number 2. No special reason, just because it's an available track and it is convenient. And technically track number 4 is a better exit onto line 660 anyway, because it doesn't have another siding to cross, unlike the one for track 2, which, by the way, is a good exit point onto the single line because there's no sidings to cross at all from platform or track number 2. So I believe this is the optimal way of moving these trains through with one having to stop and wait. And I'm very glad that they opened up platform number 4 again, because it otherwise meant that you were sending trains around track number 1 unnecessarily. So having track 4 open is fantastic for the purposes of this game. It's solving a lot of traffic jam issues here. I've not seen a lot of traffic jams here of late. So it's been solving a lot of issues. And better AI performance has also been solving some of these issues, I believe. So the train is coming in now. The path... Oh, I see why I didn't set. The crossing didn't go down. That's a dum-dum. Let's go ahead and execute. Let's try again to execute that. Thank you. We actually got it refused for once. I've been getting that all night. And there it is. That's right out our window, by the way. We're going to have a nice view of this one coming by now. Still no humans. Hide this. The main reason I'm showing you those shots, by the way, is to see how good my computer is taking this after a couple of recording bits here. I've been recording for a little while, so I'm curious how well my computer is taking this right now on a long recording. I have a phone call. I need to answer that, which I'm going to do right now. Hello?
Hey, do you know what happens if you send an AI train to the wrong platform?
It actually doesn't do anything. You can send to the wrong platform. What it only checks for is whether you are sending it in the wrong direction where it cannot reach where it needs to go. And if it does, if you manage to sneak one through anyway, then the train will eventually get deleted from the game.
All right. Thank you. That's very helpful. I'm sorry. Bedroom's given me trains that are very much out of order. So I'm trying to rearrange them because there's an express here that's not going to leave for 10 more minutes, and there's
I can tell you.
Trying to get them around.
I was going to say, I could probably tell you exactly what's happening. There's probably a light engine that hasn't arrived yet that was the express path in front of. Am I correct?
The engine appears stopped at Bedroom. I don't know what he's doing with it. He's sitting at the exit signal. He seems to not want to send it.
The light engine.
I'll send him a message.
The light engine is supposed to be held there, but the problem is that the light engine should be getting sent ahead of the express, as far as I can tell, because you're supposed to release the express after the light engine. So I'm not sure why he passed the light engine the way he does, just to put the express through. But the thing is, the express is so early that he should be slowing down the express because it's not supposed to be there yet.
He did tell me that the express was super early, but sent it anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know if he knows that it's not going to leave the station early. So there's
I
nothing can do about it.
The game is still new to a lot of people. There's not going to be a lot of knowledge on that yet. But I can agree with you. As soon as an express pulls up 10 minutes early, it's staying at that platform for 10 minutes. And any other train needing that platform, you have to send it somewhere else. You're either going to have to send it to track 2, or you're going to have to move it on to track 4B, where platform 1 is hiding. Those are your only options. So you can do either of those.
Track 4B, the local.
Yeah. But I need to request. Right. I need to request a junction. I need to request a junction. So if you can please accept my junction. I've been waiting to have this because I was having the conversation. I wanted to let you know the junction does need to be accepted.
Junction accepted.
And I'm about to send the wrong train. Don't send the wrong train. I almost clicked on the wrong train. I almost screwed up my station. That would have been a good way to do this. So 24185, I believe, is what the number is. My eyesight is probably going by now. I'll set Dandovik at the same time, so I'm going to bully this one through. And that will take care of that. And both trains are set. I can go for a walk.
Right. This one's very late, right? So he needs to go first.
He is very late. But here's the thing that I can tell you about pathing trains. And since I'm doing video here, I can actually talk about this. When you path a train, what you typically want to do is look for a train that is on time. Because a train that is late, the way this game scores it, is not going to have any additional difference in points for scored for experience. If it's 6 minutes late already, it's going to be the same as being 15 minutes late. So if you have a train that's on time, it's more important to get the train on time, on its way. I will sometimes hold a late train and put a train that has not had any problems, because what we don't know is if that train is going to have more problems at some point. Maybe the driver had a problem while driving. Maybe there was some kind of a holdup further back. It's not the driver's fault, but you don't know. So it's usually better to path the train that is on time ahead of one that is late. But if they're both on time, then you have to try and prioritize them.
I would do that going outbound, but I worry about the AI at Katowice, like not expecting the trains in the wrong order and then messing up somehow.
Katowice cannot mess it up. Everything goes down line 1 or line 138. He can use both lines. The only possible problem is because the
No,
train... Go ahead.
the main station.
Oh, I see what you're saying for the
Just
BG.
regular
For
the main
BG.
one.
It's good to you may want to give the Katowice controller a call, just like I'm talking to you, and just let him know that, hey, these trains are out of order because Bijan sent them in the wrong order. Just be aware what's going on. But he's going to path them the same anyway. They go the same way for him.
Well, they won't be out of order when he gets them.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, he only has one way to send trains. Yeah, he has two, but they both go to Katowice, so they're going to go wherever they need to go anyway.
All right. Thank you.
Yep,
Appreciate
perfect.
it.
No problem. So there you got a little tutorial on moving trains around. So we don't need any of this right now. The next train... Actually, I'm going to get a call from Dandova any second, aren't I? Yeah, Dandova's going to want my attention now. Well, my night's not over yet. 4:30 in the morning. Been a busy night. I'm going to go for a walk anyway because I'm going to get that message and I can respond to it in about 2 minutes later if I want to. So we're going to go for a little run. Let's just run down the track here. We're going to give a little surprise visit to Sosnowiec Południowy. By the way, here is the railroad crossing, and if you want to know why it's so loud, like I said, it's right outside our building. Our building's right there. We can hear it from the building. So that's the one that is on line 62. You can see that we have a white signal here. I have no idea why we have a white signal here. So don't ask me that question. I can't answer it. Maybe it's an advanced signal. I don't know. And let me come over to this signal. And guess what? Once again, we have a white signal. This is once again a white signal. We have SPP. This is signal P, apparently. Okay, good to know. So I'm now running up on my normal workstation. We have a light on over here in the building, by the way. Let's just run over here for a second and see if we can look at this building. Let's see. Can we look at... Never mind. Never mind. Back to the track, and we're going to climb up, and there we go. So, now you get to see, when we go over here, you can see the train going by on the other track. So there goes what I presume is the Pendolino. I think that's the Pendolino. Yeah, that's the Pendolino from the looks of it, from what I can tell. Looks like the dispatcher here today has a black car. Or is that a blue car? I can't tell. The car seems to change. I've seen a red one, I've seen a white one, I've seen this one. So the car seems to change here all the time. I've noticed that every time I walk outside here. So we're going to just go ahead and give him a visit. And let's just enter the building. And there he is. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the information and say, where is he? She. I don't think she sees me. I think she's looking at the computer. She's not looking at me. Now she sees me. I closed the message box, so I can't actually send her a message right now. Can I bring up the phone? I should be able to bring it up on her phone. Let me see. Gloofny, yeah, if I do this... No, it's not going to let me do it that way. Okay. I don't think I can bring it up right now. Can I do it this way? Oh, yeah, message. Oh, not that. No, you don't want to report the player. No, I don't know. That doesn't work. Does she even see me? Hello. Hello. She's probably wondering what's going on. He or she is probably wondering what's going on here. Just looking out the window. Okay, I'm going to head outside. I've had enough fun. And I'm going to warp back to my building. Okay, there we go. So I'm back at Południowy, and I'm just going to go on the phone and say, since I forgot to keep the chat window up, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and accept the train from Dandova. I'm not going to do what happened last hour here with the computer glitch again. So let's just solve the problem for train. KZ says hi if you can't read that on the screen. I bet you I know exactly who that is. Yep, I know exactly who that is. That's exactly who I thought it was. So we're going to go ahead and leave things be here for a minute, and I'm just going to wait for Dan Dovka to send the train, which has now been given an arrow. I'm going to accept that, and we're going to skip ahead. And looks like the train is coming in now on signal A. It's got a red, so we're going to go ahead and bring it through. We know it's a 249, so I'm going to put it by platform number 2. And it's the only train here anyway, so why not? Let's do a phone call for Sosnowiec to let them know we got another train. Or from Glufny, I should say, because we can just refer to it as Glufny. We're in Sosnowiec. And I'm just Południowy. Well, not really.
Hello.
Passenger train coming through, making a stop here, 24903. Do I have junction permission?
Yes, you do.
I will request that right now. And it will be about another minute, but I will go ahead and path it so it can come through.
All right. KZ is also calling me. I'm going to go talk to him.
No problem. Go ahead. If he doesn't accept my junction request, I'll have to go back and bug him about it again. But we'll do that after. I still have a passenger stop, so I'm okay for right now. No issues here. Oh, he accepted it. Good. We're good to go. So I will path the train. Notice I never brought the signal up because I'm a dum-dum. I never do the signals properly. So we're going to go ahead and send the train down track number 660. And there we go. Going out via signal T. And that will be on its way momentarily. Something I'm noticing very interesting is that there is a dotted line going out from the one junction section. I'm going to go for a quick walk and look at what that is because I'm very curious now what that is, now that it's daylight. Let's go for a quick stroll to find this junction line. So this is 660 over here. This is the main 660 track right here, and I don't want to be on this track right now. But I'm going to show you very quickly the radio change point over here, if I can get over this side. See the R2 there? So if you want to know where the radio change point is, this is it right here at this mark. My building's right there. Like, you can literally zoom in and see it from here. So it's literally right after the building. So anyone driving along, if you are told to change your radio, here it is, right here, R2. And on the other side of this, we have an R5. So when you're in this section, you want to change to R5, which means in this little area right here, you can be on either station. It doesn't matter. Very well, very well. So if we continue along the track down here, you can see that I'm going to run into a pole. Oh, I walked right through it. And here's another railroad crossing. So the railroad crossing is before the junction section. So let's walk on this side of the train. Where is the dotted line, you might ask? I have no idea, but we're going to find out as I walk through a bush. By the way, if you decide you want to go for a stroll, you'll actually get told you can't go all the way out into the grass. So there's a train. That's the train we just pathed. Looks like a second-class car. I had a little computer lag there. That was not just the recording. That was me. So we can walk on this track now. Everything's fine here. You can see that we have a buffer right here. This buffer will stop any train on track number 6. This is track... Good job stopping me, dummy. I'm going to have to go back to the building, but that's track number 6. And there used to be a buffer... I take that back. There is a buffer on this track. They have not actually removed the buffer yet. I'm going to report this as a bug. Because why not? It is a bug. It has to be recorded as a bug. And I'm typing G everywhere, which is not... Oh, I'm typing H everywhere. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this for reporting later. There we go. That is technically a bug. Oh, you know what? No, I take that back. Okay, I'm not going to post the screenshot later because this is a siding track. That's what the dotted line, I believe, means. We don't use this track. It's for sidings. We don't do shunting yet, so we can't use it. So that actually is track 6 that I'm on right now. Track number 4 is open, and there should not be any kind of buffer on. So we can walk along this track just fine. Yeah, this is track number 4, so everything is fine here. And I'm not going to take you all the way along to the building on the other side because I have a train to accept right now. So let's warp back and into the building, and let's go ahead and tell Dandovka, now that he's had his 2-minute constitutional wait here, that we can go ahead now and accept 24155, and that will be accepted. And we'll get the computer system. Oh, junction reset. So he's accepted. I'm going to eventually get an arrow for this. Now, there's not much else for me to really talk about. This is a very simple station, again, if we remember to take the crossings up. It's a very simple station to run. As you can see, it's a whole bunch of different lines everywhere. So we have 660, we have 62, and we have Dandovka. I'm just going to call it Dandovka. It's still 62. We have the sidings over here in this area, which is a freight area that's currently fenced off because we can't use it yet. I'm sure the fence will be removed if we can use it one day. There's another siding track right here, but it looks like this one can be accessed somehow. And for shunting purposes, because again, the building for that is somewhere in this area over here. And that's the one that actually controls the shunting yard. So the shunting yard is actually controlled in the square, right, like the building's right above this track somewhere. That's where the building is, but it's shuttered off. You can't go in there. You can't look inside. You can't really do anything there. So it's just scenic for right now. We may get it for shunting one day and do some stuff here. I don't know. We'll find out when the time comes. I know shunting stuff is planned. But for right now, it's a very simple station. I look forward to seeing the mechanical aspect of the station. When that happens, we're going to go ahead and come back and we're going to compare that. When I do that, I'm going to have this map to refer to because it's going to tell me what everything is. It's a good way to help learn a mechanical station before we do one that doesn't have a computer screen to work from. So this is going to be something I'm going to refer back to when we come back here one day as a mechanical station. For right now, that's enough of this station. I'm just going to accept the train here when it comes in. In the meantime, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time it is for you at your part of the world. I'll see you next time for more Let's Play Simrail the Railway Simulator. See you next time. Bye-bye.